Hello, this side of the internet. A24 films, huge staple in modern day culture. Quite literally, I would describe as like a Gen Z craze. If the film isn't neon colored and does not make sense until you watch a video at the end, it's not Gen Z, frankly. But today, I decided to drink a little bit of drink and rank and break down the premise of each A24 film. And as I'm going down the list and as I get more intoxicated, they get complicated. They get more so complicated. It's going to be a mess near the end. I'm warning you. But thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate it. But yeah, let's get to the first one. In the fashion of this video, I will be taping said drink to my hand, Edward 40 hand style. I have my lovely assistant. Do you want to wave, assistant? You've made an appearance now on the channel. You should be comfortable. That's so far. Different hair, you. But as a true washed-up YouTuber, I got divorced. I'm 21. I'm not married, but I got divorced, and I'm drinking alone tonight. Ooh.
Oh, wait, do you want to explain it more, or you want to just open it?
Yeah, will you just pop my top, bro? Appreciate you. Damn. Salud. So Marcel the Shell is about a little shell guy that just wanders around a house unironically, just gets into shenanigans. There's not really much to say about this one. Like, there's a homie that's like staying at the Airbnb that he's living in because the couple who lived there initially couldn't decide, I guess, in divorce or whatever. So they just turned the house into an Airbnb. So there's a homie staying there that is just like documenting Marcel, and he's like looking for his like family that got like taken away in like an underwear drawer as soon as the couple was fighting and like broke up. A few other cute things. Eventually, like, because he's on the internet and eventually because like he does enough talk shows and radios, I think eventually the man reaches out and they get reunited, and it's a really cute little movie. If you want something non-complicated by A24, this is probably, at least from what I've seen, the least complicated A24 film. Surprise, surprise, bonus drink time, bonus drink, ba 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 bow, bonus drink, bonus drink. Watch me now pour a one-handed shot. This could get interesting. That was impressive. Look at the wares we have. Look at the fine wares we have here. Didn't even spill. Salut. Russians are invading. All the conservatives look away. Don't look at this communist propaganda, bro. Conservatives, be scared. Be very afraid. Priscilla, what can I say about it? Ignore the chords moving. Don't look at the chords. This is not a chaotic film session. I'm drinking alone. I am the only one intoxicated here. I'm a washed up YouTuber. Wah, wah. What do you do? What sound do you make? Wah, wah. It follows her, our protagonist. Elvis gets out of the military, falls in love with this said young girl who is like 16 at the time, invites her up to like his house. I think it's, what's his house's name? Candyland. Goes to Candyland. Goes to Candyland. Then they just proceed to sleep for like half the movie. I swear half of this movie is in Elvis's bedroom. Elvis is a terrible person. If there's anything to learn from this, like, it's just Elvis is a bad dude and eventually becomes very abusive and very scary and starts throwing chairs and weird outlashes and makes her change her entire personality experience, look, everything. So yeah, it's just about cycles of abuse. It's really sad, but it's good. It's shot really well. Again, I wish half the movie wasn't in the bedroom. Also, I forgot to include a ranking on the last one. That's already how I am. So for Marcellus the Shell, I am feeling a solid little B tier. Nothing crazy. Priscilla, again, I wish shot variety was done a little bit better. And storytelling, I mean, it's a true story, but it's not too interesting throughout the middle part. It kind of drags a little bit, so I'm going to give it a solid C tier. A good film, especially like keep in mind this is swayed to A24 films, so generally these are all actually films on this list, not bad movies. It's just C tier in the grand scheme of the A24 universe. Mid 90s, personally, one of my favorite A24 films. Very much a coming of age story, very much based off the 90s, unironically, and skateboarding. You know, like Tony Hawk, you know, like the funny skateboarder, you know, him, the one that sold a lot of video games, him, that guy, like that sport. People go off half pipe, do jump, cool, very nice. But ultimately, this movie is about a very young child getting both good and very bad influences for his life. The stuff they have him do at a very young age is a bit questionable in a sense, but it makes it enjoyable in a sense. I've got a soundboard today, ladies and gentlemen. Generally, I enjoyed this film. Uh, Again, it's a pretty cut and dry experience. I mean, the characters I really could dive in deep, like just his relationship with his brother, the cycle of abuse there, and just like seeing how he kind of wins his brother's respect in a sense, and then the whole complicated relationship with his mom. But ultimately, this group of friends he has is there to support him and there to be there for him. So, and they just get through their stuff together. I think this line,
A lot of the time, we feel like our lives are the worst. But I think if you looked at anybody else's closet, you wouldn't trade your shit for their shit.
truly sums up the film. It's an enjoyable experience. But if I had to rate this movie, I would give this movie up to the S tier. Very good movie. I like this one. Very good coming of age story. The next film on tonight's docket is Lady Bird. Bird. You know the classic Bird is the word? Insert Peter Griffin funny moments now. This one also very enjoyable coming of age film. More so aimed at the female demographic, but that does not mean I did not enjoy it. Very enjoyable. More so complicated in terms of we follow her through multiple cycles of life. It's less so focused on one area. We see her nerdy beginnings in theater and everything like that, and her best friend and her complicated relationship with her mom and how she jumped out of a car to break her arm. Little bit crazy. And then we go into the more complex parts of her first boyfriend and how her first boyfriend's gay, kisses a guy in the stall, she catches him, yada yada. Just like a whole event with that. Not to mention that boyfriend also's grandma owns the house that, oh my gosh, this film is actually complicated, that she really wants. It's like her dream house. So she goes there and like geeks out on that. But then Twinkley Chalamet comes into the film, my least favorite actor. Sorry, Timothy. Actually, Timothy Chalamet, I challenge you to a boxing match. I will break you like a twig. I am French. I am allowed to say such things. He has a French name. I am French. I'm allowed to rip on him. But he proceeds to be like my least favorite part of the movie. He's like the really trying indie guy, and he plays it great. Unironically, playing the like insufferable indie guy, he's great at it, and like just can't get anything done in the bedroom. You know what I mean, ladies? Wink. Female demographic. Wink. And then we see her go off to school and that next chapter. And yes, it's going to be rough. And yes, now not having a support system, but it ultimately ends on a hopeful note. And I really enjoyed this film. Not my favorite coming of age film, but still a very good coming of age film. Again, not aimed at me, but I still did enjoy it. So I'm going to hit that one with a little A tier. Put it up into the A tier, me. The next movie we have is Love Lies Bleeding. This one is for the ladies, but not the other ladies that we were just talking about. I mean, technically still for the other ladies, but for the lesbians and the bisexual women. Rise up, gamers. New lesbian just dropped. Actually, 2 new lesbians. I know this actor was in a famous Disney movie at one point or in a Disney show. I don't remember which. I will put it up on screen now, which actor I'm talking about and what they were in.
Editing Christopher here. Kristen Stewart, for matter of fact, was not in any Disney movies. I am, in fact, delusional, and she was the forerunner in the Twilight franchise. So sorry, any Kristen Stewart fans. I am drunk and not cohesive. Sorry.
But this was a film about lesbians in love and steroids and question mark evil father that is part of the gang and kills people. This movie is about this one lady that works at a bar at a gym actually, and and sees one other very strong, as the internet claims, muscle mommy type, and then proceeds to be attracted to her, and then sells her steroids. And then they stay the night just like any lesbian, getting in a relationship within 2 hours of meeting each other and living together and buying a house together. So they live together now. But apparently, the one lesbian that works at the gym, her dad is evil, is an evil little bastard. Look at his photo right now. I will have it up next to my face. Look at his photo. Tell me this guy is not evil. But yeah, the gun range where he works and owns, the other lesbian, the muscle mommy one, is working there and now has to interact with her evil father. But something happens where eventually they have to kill someone, and then they put the car in a ditch where the lady who worked at the gym, I'm just gonna say the twink lesbian. I'm gonna say the muscle mommy one. The twink lesbian puts the car in a canyon where there was a bunch of other bodies, and then blows it up, and then that alerts the authorities to that position, and they find all the bodies. Ooh, spooky. And then it leads to this big criminal investigation on the man himself, because everyone knows he's shady. Again, look at how evil he is. He's textbook evil character. But then somehow muscle mommy gets kidnapped, and then twink lesbian goes to save her from her father, and it leads to a big standoff. It leads to a big macho standoff. Bonus drink. We interrupt this segment for a bonus drink, ladies and gentlemen. Russia is yet again invading. Republicans, please close your eyes. Salut. Oh. Thank you. Actually, thank you. Brig. So then it leads to a big standoff, and eventually the twink lesbian finds the mommy milker one, and it leads to the segment where she grows into a giant woman. Play the Steven Universe song right now.
All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman.
And then she kills the guy or something, or breaks his, I can't remember. Something injures him, and then the cops come. the cops are coming scary. I fear the police. Um, and then they both turn into giant women and run in the sky. But then that was just like a sign for the development of their relationship or something. I think this movie's good. It's not personally my taste. It was enjoyable though. I will have to say that. So I give it a B tier. Going into the B tier with that one. Brag break, brag break. Everybody loves brag break. Talk to Me is our next feature film. This movie is scary. Scary.
Scary. Scary.
This movie is a scary one. They get a plaster hand that's signed by a bunch of irrelevant celebrities, and they hold it and they say, "Talk to me," the title of the movie. So anyways, they grab the hand and they sit in a circle, spooky, and they watch this person go back like this. And like the demons are talking to him. Having ADHD, I can relate to this movie. Spooky voices are in my head all day. It is not schizophrenia. Don't tell me that. I'm not schizophrenic. But this movie is like complicated in the sense where the main character wants to talk to her mom because her mom died, and she feels closer to her mom when she's talking to this hand. But she stays in for too long at a party, and now she's demon possessed. And it leads to some pretty crazy stuff. I think there's a scene where she grabs someone's little brother, tries to push him out in front of an ambulance or something crazy like that. And then there's the end of the movie where she apparently becomes the demon that you talk to when you grab the hand, and she's sitting across from someone as they go. But yeah, that's that movie. Horror movie wise, it's good. It's creative. But truthfully, didn't wow me as much as I wanted. But I did enjoy it. So I'm going to hit it with the C tier. Again, still a good movie. But in the scope of A24 films, I feel like there are better films. Talk to me. It is 2024. We are locked in. But now we are talking about Iron Claw, opposed to Metal Claw, like Wolverine has. This movie is about brothers that do the WWE, aka what John Cena does. But yeah, this one's about a band of brothers that do the WWE. Because their father did it, and they're trying to achieve their father's happiness. And the homie from High School Musical is the primary titular character in this one. And there's the guy from The Bear, and I don't know where all the other actors come from. I'm not gonna lie, that's all I can remember. But this movie ultimately is family trauma and the sad brothers dying, except for High School Musical Man, the funny High School Musical Man, as he fades into irrelevancy as a WWE wrestler until he has children and ends up crying. And he gets mad at his father because his father pushed everyone to this fate. It is such a sad movie. This one is based off a true story. So I personally like sad films with a message, unironically. So I wasn't the biggest fan of this one. This one just felt sad for the sake of being sad. But I understand that it is a sad movie based off real events, just like the Kennedys.
Ask not what your student body president can do for you. Ask what you can do to your student body president's body.
This one, I'm going to hit with the C tier again. It was shot really well, but it was really sad. And I don't like being sad. I like being a happy guy. But yeah. Waves is the video today. We are talking about waves now. Personally, waves of alcohol are hitting me right now. So this movie is like a 2-part film. It's kind of a different movie throughout the 2 different parts. The first part of the film is about a young man, a very young man that wants to get into college playing, I think, basketball. Is it right? Am I right? Is it basketball? Oh, he wrestles. He's a wrestler. Anyway, he injures himself somehow along the way. And also gets his girlfriend pregnant, the same girl from Euphoria. Gets her pregnant and is not an avid believer in the pro-choice movement, and wants her to not have the baby because he ultimately wants to move on with his life and graduate college and be a wrestler and get a scholarship based off that. So he goes to a party where she's at and ends up, I think, punching her in the head or something. And she falls on the concrete floor, and she dies. Wah, wah. And then we take to the second part of the movie where it's his sister, and she's mad at him, and now she has to make a whole new life for herself based off being the sister to the brother who went to jail for killing his girlfriend. She falls in love with a white man, and he's not very interesting. I'm not going to lie to you. Very milquetoast, very non-interesting white man. They fall in love. She gets close with her dad or something, and accepts who she is. This movie is a very good soundtrack. They have Frank Ocean. Unfortunately, I do not listen to Frank Ocean because he likes boys.
Dear Frank Ocean, I would listen to your music, but you like boys.
It's got other such good artists, but I can only remember Frank Ocean right now. This movie, very good. I'm going to give to the A tier. Very good soundtrack. I like this movie. Got a white boy on my roster. He be feeding me pops and lobster. That's the next film on this list. The Lobster. It's a bit of a dark comedy, a bit of black comedy. The UKs, the Brits would love this one. This one takes place in the place where monopoly money runs rampant, and they go to a hotel where you have to find love. So picture any dating show, insert any dating show here right now. That's what this one's about. It's a juicy drama filled with bikinis and fentanyl use. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't think I got this film. Eventually, so like you stay at the hotel and you tell the staff beforehand what animal you want to get transformed into if you do not fall in love within 30 days. They have the funny Talladega Nights man in this. I wasn't really paying attention because I was waiting for him to hit something like Shake and Bake Baby or something like that. But it's a really sad movie, unironically, about people falling in love. But eventually he doesn't find love within 30 days. So he doesn't want to get transformed into a lobster. So he lives among the people in the woods. And he meets a woman there because there's a creed among the people of the woods where you can't fall in love. So he meets a woman there and falls in love with her, which is very taboo. This tabooness leads to them running away and falling in love. I don't really know what this movie means. I didn't watch a video essay on it afterwards. I thought it was enjoyable, but it was really sad. But I feel like the Brits out there, all you... Oi! All you UK, I know I'm speaking in an Australian accent, all you UK bastards out there would love this film.
A fucking VB long neck at 20 to 8 in the fucking morning.
So I'm going to give this movie into the B tier. Put it in the B tier, me.
We're concerned for our buddy Chris right now. We're
Take a
concerned.
knee and finish the drink as I do the review for Hereditary.
We're concerned for his health. I don't know why we let him do this. I came home from a long shift of work to see my roommate day drinking at night drinking.
All right, give this Bob. Hello, Mr. Free Right Hand again. Sorry. Hereditary. This movie is about spooky. This movie is about this coming of the Antichrist. Christians, look away. You will be scared. This movie starts off with a creepy little girl and how her grandma raised her to be a creepy cult member and do a lot of freaky stuff. But this leads down a dark road where the brother takes her to a party, and she's hanging out the window after the party and gets hit by a pole. Wah, wah. She dies. Sorry. After this, it turns back into a normal movie. It's no longer a horror movie again. Christians, avert your eyes again. Then we learn that the mom goes to AA, like the meetings of accepting someone dying, and receives a lot of sympathy. And she meets a lady there that's part of a spooky cult. Ooh. The cult ultimately wants to take the son as their next leader of the cult, and that's why the little girl died or something like that. And she finds a weird altar in her apartment or something. Then it turns back into a horror movie when the kid is sitting in class, when the boy is sitting in class and he bangs his head against the desk and he sees sonar. He turns into a submarine out of nowhere. He's a submarine now. And there's a demon in the house or something because his mom is now crawling on the ceilings and banging her head against the ceiling. And it's very scary. When she jumps out of this corner, I legitimately pooped myself. And then he floats up to the tree house or something. I don't really know what happened with that. I think he becomes the Antichrist, and I think there's the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse there or something. I did watch a video after this one, so I kind of know the lore, but I am not in the proper state to tell this right now. Bonus track! Wah, 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 wah. What's up? Shout out millennial memes. Shout out millennials. Shout out all the millennials watching. No, I'm good. I am so drunk right now. This movie, drink of water, gentlemen. Be responsible. Drink responsibly. If you are very drunk, like I am right now, because I'm a lightweight, 2 shots in a 40 will put you over the edge. Hey, I'm not Kendrick Lamar. Anyways, this movie is scary. Very scary movie. I'm going to give this movie a B tier. Put this movie into the B tier, me.
Truthfully, this video was more than chaotic to film. I am very much a lightweight, if you could not tell by the video, and it was very chaotic. I feel like I wanted to more so dive into the meanings of the film when I was initially coming up with the concept, but it ended up me recapping the film, so I'm going to try that out next time when I do this again. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and deuces.
Alright, stop the recording. I don't like this video anymore.